I first arrived in Somaliland thinking that I was going to buy a little 200cc dual sport, head out in the countryside, and go exploring. That's something I've done in a lot of other African countries, but it turns out that in Somaliland, it's a little bit more complicated. The Ministry of Tourism said if I wanted to stay on the main routes in the middle of the country, no problem. But for what I want to try, which is to connect Ethiopia to Djibouti through Somaliland, I would need a guard. A guard needs a truck, and a truck needs a driver. That's a big entourage for one guy riding alone. But then, the more I learned about the routes, the more I kind of came around to it. It's super remote, I'm alone, there's no emergency services, no SOS button, no consulate, I don't speak Somali, and there's a ton of checkpoints. So I reached out to a company called Macrobia Expeditions. They found the driver, Ahmed, with his diesel Land Cruiser, and my guard, Ysef, and they worked with the Ministry of Tourism to get all the permits I needed. The ride from Hargeisa to the border starts out in the mountains with lots of ups and downs, then it flattens out when you hit the desert. The trail braids and weaves in all directions, and there's sand, silt, and ruts. The trip was about 196 miles, and we split it over 2 days, stopping to camp by a little river under some rocks, with a huge family of baboons staring at us and shouting till after dark. Despite the chase vehicle, I carried all my own gear just for the principle, and also in case we got separated. There were a few settlements that we passed along the way. One had a diesel pump, but no regular gas, and I didn't see any gas for sale from bottles either. My Tiger 200 actually did pretty well. I added some preload, moved the bars way forward, took the tire pressure down as far as I could without rim locks. Halfway into day one, I stopped for a break and saw gas dripping down the engine from a leaky seal. I lost a lot of gas. I was pretty stoked to have a truck nearby with gas and gasket sealer. I got 2 flats along the way. One was from a thorn puncture, and the other was because I dropped the rear pressure too much in the sand and spun the tire. There's a lot of checkpoints along the way. They take their security very seriously here, and unless you speak Somali or you're traveling with a local or have connections, I think it'd be pretty hard to get through these checkpoints without help. We made it to Loyada at the Djibouti border a little after dark on day 2, and we camped with the truck drivers under a large thatched shade structure that had a nice breeze off the water. It was a hell of a trip. Now from here, the plan is to ride down the coast to Berbera. If we make it, that would be 2 options for any riders traveling up the continent who want to take a detour and check out Somaliland. Really digging this country so far. I'll try to do a few more updates while I'm here. I'm Pete with Mosko Moto, and thanks for watching.